That's right, the WhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, the WhoThatDaily.com is your site. The WhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican post-game report. We're in the building. Much love to the flock. Appreciate and we salute the flock. Big ups to you guys on this Thursday, coming at you with the Pelican post-game report. Much love to the fam. Big ups to the fam. Please feel free to hit upon the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. Hit the bell as well. And lastly, but mostly important, share the link on your social media feed. Helps out the stream greatly. I'm Big Q chiming in on this episode of the Pelican Post-Game Report entitled Young Pels Looking Good in Summer League Play and More. And I got my co-host DC riding shotgun. DC, what's up, brother?
What's happening? Little excited, bro. Looking at all this Summer League ball from the Young Pels, man. A lot to be excited about. Curious how it's going to turn out in the regular season, man. If we get this type of intensity and effort from the bench unit, man, that'd be something special to watch.
Yeah, man, been peeping out the summer league play from the Pelicans. The young Pelican squad been balling, man. Of course, Monday was the first matchup. They got that one out to Chicago BS team, 94-77. As you can see, Trey Murphy was the dude. He was doing some things, doing the big for him with 26 points. 9 rebounds in the contest. And of course, a couple days later, they took on OKC and did some stuff, man. Najee Marshall stepped up with 18 points, 11 rebounds in the matchup. Pelicans, young G League squad, moving and grooving, playing fluid, shooting the three, playing defense, diving on the floor. You know, they playing with their, looking really good, man. It's refreshing to see some competent basketball, consistent, competent basketball from our Pelican organization, man. So the summer league looking pretty good as the Pels, the young Pels, are currently undefeated, moving in this thing, DC. And of course, you can see upcoming tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central Time, they got the craptastic Cleveland Cavaliers. And a couple of days later, they take on the G State Warriors as well. So, I mean, tomorrow we'll see the Pelicans in, but they look good. KLJ looking really good as well. Trey Murphy, the third, is doing his thing. As well as, and Herb Jones, man, is a dude that's really impressive with his ball handling as well as his defense. Really impressed with that guy, man. And our young players, really big. And of course, Najee Marshall stepped his game up really big in that matchup.
And Najee almost need to look like they could just sit him down, man. Go ahead, shut him down for the summer league, bro. He looked like he ready for the regular season, man. It's almost not fair with him out there, man. It's real amazing the aspects of his game he's added. I still would like him to, I guess, make some better decisions sometimes. That's pretty much the only thing I can nitpick on Najee, man. He added that floater. His perimeter shot looks nice, hitting them catch and shoot 3 balls. But the two guys that are the most impressive to me, I like Herb Jones a lot, like you said, bro. But I've been very impressed with, I know it's a lot of stuff about our rookie. I love our rookie. Very impressive. I've been impressed with Kyra, man. Kyra he's looking like a true point guard, bro. Controlling the tempo, you know what I'm saying? Picking his spots, setting people up, playing way better defense, Q.
I know.
Kyra is a problem on the defensive end, man. And I think that little muscle that he put on, or whatever it was, man, it's giving him confidence or something, dude. Kyra looks like a player, bro. Devonte Graham, I like Devonte Graham. I think he's gonna handle his business, but for whatever reason, if Devonte don't work out in that starting lineup, bro, we could be right back at it with Kyra, and I don't think we'll miss a beat. But the rookie, man, TM3. He made sure. It's Thug Motivation 3, y'all. TM3. He made sure to let us know. You know, he got that trademark, so that's his nickname, and that's what I'm rocking with. That dude is amazing, man. He play defense and he shoot. And just when I thought that's what he was, he showed me yesterday when they run him off the 3-point line. He got the handles too, and he got a floater, and he could get to the rack and dunk on. Man, look, this dude here, bro. Uh, they messed up, Q. They messed up. Whoever was drafting, he was not supposed to fall to 17, bro. From what I'm seeing, I wish I could remember who in the chat told me to go look at him because I heard of him. I watched some stuff. Wasn't super high on him. I was like, oh, he'd be a good player, but I thought it was other people that would be better. But man, whoever was in the chat that night was talking about them draft. They called it, bro. This brother is phenomenal. He's looking like one of the better players, or the best player in summer league, far as rookies are concerned, and potential wise, man. So sky's the limit for the young Pels, man. I want to see what they're gonna do against Cleveland. See how this gonna look. It's almost a little disheartening though, because as excited as I'm getting, I wish this was preseason games and the damn season was about to start. Because I think this is gonna be an amazing year for the Pelicans, Q.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. You know, the energy of how they playing and how Willie's coaching, man. I agree, man. It's just a different effect. It's a different feel. He's getting, you know, really positive out them. They're actually paying attention to young people, and of course, you've seen the growth, the progression in KLJ and in Najee Marshall and most of the guys who were barely getting opportunities last year because you had this guy hell bent on getting the veterans in there. But it's big, you know. I love this style of play, man. And man, listen, yes, they do. This kid Trey Murphy is special, you know. And the Herb Jones defense is. I mean, listen, man, I just love these young guys that we have, and they all playing really well. And Alvarado too. Let's not forget him. I love his energy and his toughness as well. These we picking up on something here, man. A couple of them guys we're not too really high on, but the ones we mentioned, listen, these guys, and even Didi Luzada, your guy DC to a
Yeah,
degree,
he was a little
is somebody
disappointed in
that's
that
doing
first
something.
game. The second game, he picked it up though. You're right.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, let's move on, man, and keep it moving. Big ups to the fam. Appreciate y'all being here. Salute to the fam. What's up, Tim?
Chill.
Big ups to the rest of the family members as well. Let me give a shout out before we get to the rest of these articles. Jerry Poor Jr., go Pels. B. McCray 10, go Pels. Jasper Bowden, go Pels. Jay Carvello, go Pels to you, my brother. Shadrach, go Pels. T,
Shadrach.
go Pels. Kai the Grade 84, go Pels. VB Saints, Pale Ladies, much love to the Queens. Go Pels. Sky, go Pels. Let's see, Roxanne Mason. What's up, Roxanne? Much love to the Queens. Go Pels. All right, Kenneth Barnes, go Pels. Greg CTC, go Pels. Brother Jabari, go Pels. And the rest of the family members, great human being. Go Pels. All right, what's up, Lonnie? Big ups to you and go Pels to you. Slade Smith, go Pels. All right, Trey Joseph, go Pels. Let's see who else we got chopping up in this thing. Austin, what's up, fam? Go Pels. True Louisiana, go Pels. Shoddy, go Pels. What's up, John? Big ups to John as well. Botenheimer, go Pels. And all the rest of the family members. Cap Manning, go Pels. Elliot, go Pels. Bird Talk, go Pels. Clarence, go Pels. Rick's Raw, go Pels. Who That King, go Pels. And go Pels to the entire freaking flock in the freaking
That's
building.
right.
Much love to y'all.
Go Pels.
Appreciate y'all being in this joint. Much love to you guys. All right, DC, let's get on to the next article,
Flock out
fam.
and flock them up.
We was talking about Trey Murphy III. Now we're gonna hit you with it a couple of days ago. As you can see, the article right there showing that Trey Murphy, DC, signed the contract
TM3.
with the Pelicans. He's officially signed the number 17th overall pick to his rookie scale contract, according to the NBA.com. The 21-year-old wing who was selected by the Pelicans after the team traded back from the 10th pick was a highly coveted prospect in the middle of the first round due to his combination of athleticism, size, defense, and shooting. After transferring from Rice to Virginia, Murphy averaged 11.3 points per game, 3.4 on the rebounds, while posting a hyper-efficient 43.3, 50.3, and 92.7. Not bad. That's a pretty nice shooting line. While there were questions about Murphy's ability to create his own shot, the 6'9" combo forward was a perfect fit for the Pelicans team, desperate for shooting and defense. Murphy had maybe the most impressive rookie debut of the Las Vegas Summer League on Monday, putting up 26 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, no turnovers, while shooting 6 of 9 from the three, all just in 27 minutes. Now, according to the breakdown, the 21 rookie salary shows, assuming he signs for 120% of his rookie scale amount, Murphy's 4-year contract should be worth about $14.8 million with a first year of $3.05. So Trey Murphy is inked, DC, in the books, and this is a positive development as well, because the Pelicans, not too much going on with the free agent fund, a lot of still rumors, but nonetheless, the youngsters are the big. They're going to be really big for this. What's up, King Buckets? Go Pels to you. All right, thank you for your super check, family members. Let me see. I'm Son New Orleans 504. Much love to you. Thank you for your super chat. What's up to you, fam? Go Pels to you, Melanin God.
Appreciate that, brother.
Thank you for your super chat, my brother. Much love to you. Thank you. All right, DC, let's dive into it. The Trey Murphy contract, of course, Herb Jones is going to get done eventually too.
Yeah, they need to do that, man. Quit playing.
Yeah, this is positive, man, as they're moving in the right direction out of this youth. Pelicans pretty much failed in free agency, couldn't lure anybody away. Several reports that I cannot to even go over how the Pelicans I ain't gonna say ridiculously, but they offered boatloads of cash to aging veterans or players who simply turned them down. What was it, 90 something million plus million they was giving to Kyle Lowry, the big amounts of money to Tim Hardaway to get them to come down here. And listen, those guys chose to go back where they are, and that's fine. At the end of the day, the mentality should have always been building smartly through the draft. And then when you start winning, then they'll come to you. We don't need to beg these assholes to come down here and play for the Pelicans. We got people that's prideful. And we'll be able to do what we need to do. DC, go ahead.
I like what they're doing, man. I'm noticing a pattern. They're following I think some of the templates from the Saints. Like the Saints has started going and getting people from the South. You know what I'm saying? We created a pipeline with Ohio and Tennessee. The Pelicans, to me, man, I think they're trying to follow that same philosophy. I mean, if you want to look, maybe we haven't found a college yet that we can create a pipeline with, but we've obviously found some areas. You got the whole Carolina thing going on. We already talked about that. How you got TM3 from Carolina, you know what I'm saying? North Carolina. You got Zion. He was born in North Carolina, lived in South Carolina. Brandon Ingram. You got Devonte Graham. Am I missing somebody, Big Q? I think it's one other person.
I think you're right. You are missing one, but I know. Yeah, you named Brandon Ingram from Kingston. So, right. I mean, there's.
Make sure you point that out, huh?
No, but anyway, I was waiting for you to say it.
Yeah, I said Brandon Ingram. We don't have to say that again.
DC, where's Kingston?
In North Carolina.
Where's another city of Kingston at?
Anyway, moving on. Like I was saying, we're creating pipelines with the areas. We got TM3 also is not only is he from North Carolina, he's also from Virginia, as far as the school. And we got NAW that we went to Virginia. I think Virginia Tech we got him from the Virginia. So maybe that's a thing. Both of those guys, excellent offensive players who going to bring some energy and effort on defense. So I'm liking what I'm seeing with the Pels, man, and the direction they're heading. We got Kyra and Herb Jones from Alabama. That might be our version of Ohio State. We was trying to get Josh Primo or looking at him, and the Spurs draft him at 13. So if he fell, would he have been another guy that we've taken from maybe a school that we're creating a pipeline with in Alabama? I mean, Avery Johnson was the head coach over there. Avery
Yeah.
Johnson is always involved with the Pelicans and the
Yeah,
Saints.
he's kind of like a de facto, I ain't gonna see de facto, but he's a guy that they kind of lend. They do. He gets advice, gives advice. I know he's one of Coach Payton's closest friends. Coach Payton loves Avery Johnson.
So Sean Payton helping the Pelicans get built up.
I mean, listen,
Go
bro.
figure.
If you can't help but to a degree, if you got they both in the same building, so I
Right.
mean, there's some commingling going on, no doubt about it. Mickey Loomis is tied to that, even though he's given the blessing to a guy like David Griffin, and of course Mickey kind of just got out the way and let Griffin do his thing. But outside of that, I think you look at it and it's hard to ignore the Alabama pipeline. You're right. You got KLJ there, and of course Herb Jones comes there. And listen, SEC guys, man, they got some ballers in the
And we
SEC.
was all
Man.
up in the trade talks for Colin Sexton. You know what I'm saying?
This is true.
We're figuring out what our type is and the type of guys we want. And I think that's the perfect
Jason said Graham too.
Yeah, I said Graham. I said
Graham?
Devonte
Okay.
Graham. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the perfect pipeline in my opinion, or train of thought to build a sustainable winner. You know what I'm saying? You got to build a culture. You got to have a culture, and to have a culture, you need certain type of players, and that usually involves certain type of programs, things that they instill in their players there, and they can easily translate to what you're doing. So I'm liking what I'm seeing with the Pels, man. I don't think this is a mirage or fool's gold like things we saw before, where we was getting excited about all this talent. I think they're actually being able to mold the talent this time and get it to fit in a proper form.
Yeah, and I think that's a good strategy, man. To be honest with you, you got to build with great human beings. Thank you, King Buckets.
That is definitely a type for us. You have to be a great human being.
Yeah.
If you're not a great human being, you can't be playing on this team. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't rhyme it. It was stupid. But anyway, you got to be a great human. It sounded better in my head. You got to be a great human being. Point is still what it is.
All right, Melanin Guy, Cato Kid, brother Damien, big ups to you. Ingrid Slayer as well, big ups to the fam, man. Appreciate y'all. Jansen as well, big ups to you. Go Pels, to all the family members chiming in this. We'd like to thank you guys for being here for this episode of the Pelican Post Game Report. DC, let's move on to the next one, my friend. Let's jump on to this one here. This article from NOLA.com, starter or spark plug off the bench, Devonte Graham. Whatever it is, I'm going to do it.
Love to hear it.
Great deal.
He's such a great human being.
He is an excellent human being. And Christian Clark carries the story. Let's get into it. Las Vegas, the Pelicans starting backcourt will have a completely new look this season. In the 8-day span this summer, the team traded Eric Bledsoe and Lonzo Ball. And Bledsoe, who started all but one game in 2020-21, was sent to the Grizzlies after an underperforming season. Ball was dealt to the Bulls, who gave the talented but inconsistent 23-year-old an $80 million deal. Two of the contenders to fill those voids worked out with each other Monday in Las Vegas. After attending the Pelicans Summer League game as observers, Graham and NAW traded out their street clothes for shorts and sneakers. And, quote, this is what Graham said. I worked out Monday, Graham said. Me and Nikhil, he embraced me when I came in, hit me up. It was good to get on the court, see the coaches, and get a nice workout in. On Tuesday, Graham said he was excited after signing a 4-year, $47 million contract with the Pelicans. He added he'd be content in a variety of roles with his new team. And this is what he's saying, quote, I do whatever is needed from the coaching staff, end quote, Graham said. Right. Quote, you guys followed me with the Hornets. I started. I came off the bench. I played the 1. I played the 2. Whatever role they needed for me, I'm going to do that to try to help the team win, end quote. No matter what other moves the Pelicans make this offseason, it would be surprising if NAW is not a starter when the regular season begins in October. He's a big skill combo guard who was arguably New Orleans' most impactful perimeter a defender on a per minute basis last season. He averaged the second most deflections, 2.2, despite
Mm.
playing the eighth most minutes. In 13 games he did start, he posted an impressive numbers of 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Pretty damn good. Pelicans management are fans of NAW's game so much that they urge former coach Stan Van Gundy to play him more, sources said.
Mm.
Hmm. What the Pelicans will do at the other starting guard spot is more of a mystery. Now, Graham, a small guard who relies heavily on the three-pointer as one option. Graham would address some of the team's spacing concerns over the past 2 seasons. He shot 37.4% from three-point range or distance on 9 attempts per contest. His shot profile is even more extreme than Ball's. Nearly 2/3 of the field goals he took last season were threes, according to Cleaning the Glass. Comparatively, only 10% of his shots were from 4 feet and in. Now, obviously, Zion and BI attract a lot of attention, and they're going to continue to do that, Graham said. I'm definitely looking forward to getting on the court and playing with them. Man, it's going to be exciting. The two other options to earn the starting backcourt spot are KLJ, the 13th pick in the 2019 draft, and Tomas Satoransky. Now, the 29-year-old Czech who came from Chicago. Now, Lewis has impressive flashes last season, but it's still raw. He shot 38.6% from the field as a rookie. He's quick as any guard in the league and delivers pinpoint passes on the move, but it's difficult to imagine the Pelicans handing the keys to a 20-year-old in the season where they are desperate to make the playoff push. Satoransky has been a starting guard with the Bulls and Washington Wizards. He's 6'7" combo guard, which means that if he and Alexander Walker were to start together, the Pelicans would be without a traditional point guard in their opening five. Now, Satoransky shoots threes at an okay percentage, 36.6 for his career, but he doesn't take many of them, which is a concern. Now, there are also the possibility that Pelican starting guards on opening night is not on the roster. Now, New Orleans and Sacramento discussed the signing trade involving Hart and Hield, according to Bleacher Report. Acquiring Hield would mean putting one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA history next to New Orleans all-star forwards. Hield is under contract for 3 more seasons on a de-escalating deal. Now, bringing him in would juice the Pelicans' offense, though getting stops could be difficult. Regardless of whatever happens, Graham will play an important role in New Orleans next season. Graham has range on his jumper and will be spoon-fed plenty of easy looks playing alongside Williamson and Ingram. Whether he's starting or coming off the bench, he sounded eager to contribute. And he also said, they just told me they were really excited to have me, Graham said, ready to work either way, starter, off the bench, 6-man, 8-man, whatever it is, I'm going to do a great attitude from a young player, ascending talent like Devonte Graham. Let's get into a DC. These are good words coming from this shooter, man, this sharpshooter. He gonna get plenty of opportunities in this offense to knock down wide open shots, especially how Bi and Zion gets going. You got Valanciunas in there. You just got to fill out that bench, and we looking good, man.
Yeah, man. I think based on his statements that he made right there, whatever they want me to do, I'm willing to do it. That makes him a starter to me, Q. Because if you got that type of mentality, that's the guy I want out there, and I want get the most minutes to. Because I know you already buying in. You know what I'm saying? You happy to be here? We happy to have you. We paying you $47 million, so he's a starter. The only situation I could see where it gets complicated is what they mentioned in the article about bringing Buddy Hield. I think you would have lineups where you could play him and Buddy Hield or start both of them, but you also would want to go to other lineups where you maybe play NAW and Buddy Hield, or depending on how much the rookie has excelled. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to look for more of a defensive-minded player, or somebody who's a little better defensively if you're going to put him out there with Buddy Hield. And to say this, too, I think some of the stuff about Buddy Hield and his defense, as far as him being bad, I understand he was like the 5th worst in NBA history or something, or in the season. I read the stats. But I think a lot of his defensive woes is for the fact that he doesn't care. He plays for Sacramento. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't. Yeah, we started without you, Jalil, dog. You set them notifications, brother. We waited for you for a while, man. Shoot, we waited for you about 40 minutes, bro. Took too long getting there. But anyway,
appreciate the super chat, Jalil. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, appreciate that too. But anyway, man.
We're gonna let DC read the next article, Jalil.
Anyway, like I was saying, boy, Buddy Hield and his defensive woes, I think they are not overblown totally, but I think, him being the worst defender in the league and all of that, I think it's just a lack of effort because the dude don't care. You know what I'm saying? And he had ups and down issues with Sacramento. If you probably go back to when he was having good times with Sacramento or was being embraced, I'm pretty sure his defense was better. So, I mean, then we got a system here we're going to run. Buddy Hield ain't the most athletic, but, I mean, he is 6'5". I think he could do something. So, we don't even have him yet. But if we did get him, I think that's the only thing that switches up that starting lineup, bro. So, it's going to be Devonte Graham, NAW, and the rest of the game. And that's what it's going to be.
There you go. Tell him, Jamal, take your time, brother. You got this. But yeah, this is true, man. This is really positive to hear him say that, man, because like my brother Teal says, we want players that want to be here. That's a big part of this, man. We don't want nobody that don't want to be here. Whether that's bleeding sore or anybody else for that measurement. We don't need no goddamn body to be here that don't want to be here. We want people that want to come here and help the Pelicans win and do some big things here. We tired of it. We ready for a playoff team perennially and consistently in the city of New Orleans and across the region.
You know who started that? That's what the Saints started doing, Q. We started getting players that wanted to be Saints, bro. And that immediately changed everything. That changed our whole culture. That changed our ability to win. That changed us going from a middle of the pack team, and we being happy about that, to people can't believe the Saints only won 9 games and lost 7. That was a failure. That used to be a success for us. So to me, getting people that want to be here, y'all heard me talk about it, man. Everybody talks about it. I mean, that's really the heart and soul of us in New Orleans. That's always how we felt. We don't care how good you are. Yeah. You could be the number 1 player in the world. The boy, let it come out. You don't want to be here. We want your ragged ass out of here. That's how we get down, and we go hard here, bro. So a team with somebody who don't want to be here, they ain't gonna go hard like New Orleans people go hard. So I'm glad they getting that together, bro. And we getting people in here that want to be Pels.
Yeah, this is a major part of it,
hold
bro.
Up, I'm Lord Jamal again.
Lord Jamal, and I'm
who you is?
Where's that? Oh, Young MC.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I know you think that's funny.
You look a lot like
man. All right, enough. Okay, can we get to the next one?
Oh, when the spotlight come on you want to speed past it, huh? Nah, suck up some of that heat for a little while. You look like Young MC.
Bro, it's summertime, bro. Nobody try to get no heat. It's summertime, bro.
Man, the sun is down. It is dark outside right now.
It's still hot outside. What you talking about?
Well, you take a little bit of that heat in and get ready for when it's real hot tomorrow. You'll be nice and prepared.
All right. Okay, I got you, DC. I'm gonna take that. advice.
Young MC.
All right.
Big Guillory, like King Bucket said. You do look like Big Guillory, though, bro. That dude, boy, when I saw that dude, I remember the first time I seen him.
Older than that guy, man. Come on, man.
Man, I pulled up an article and I seen Will Guillory up there. I said, when Q started writing articles, let me call Q. You remember when I called you and asked you if you wrote that?
I don't look nothing like that, brother, man. You cut that out. I don't look nothing like that, brother.
You do look like the Guillory, bro. You look like Big Guillory, bro.
All right, DC, can we transition?
You, Big Guillory, and Young MC, bro. Y'all are triplets.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Thank you, DC, for that. All right, so here's the next one, fam. This was coming from Kellen Strauss over at the Pelican Debrief. Pros and cons of a sign and trade offer for Josh Hart and Buddy Hield. Let's get into this, DC, because this is the last shooter drop insofar as we found out who the coach is going to be. We found out what the Pelicans did with Lonzo. He got up out of here. We also found out who we were going to draft. So the last shooter drop, is what happens to Josh Hart. Now, of course, they had the rumor that the Pelicans was trying to do a sign and trade to ship Hart out for Buddy Hield. Let's cover it. New Orleans Pelicans have already had a busy offseason, but they still have some loose ends to top, include Josh Hart. Hart is a restricted free agent. DC, please, I'm reading, sir. Hart is a restricted free agent, and we hadn't heard much about him this offseason until yesterday, when several outlets reported that Pels had discussed the signing trade of Hart to the Kings for Buddy Hield. The Pelicans still have cap space to sign Hart or another free agent like Lauri Markkanen, but seem to be waiting for the market to settle down before making their move. The deal was reportedly discussed around the NBA draft, so there's no telling if it's still on the table, but it does offer some interesting possibilities as well as some pros and cons. Now, what are they? Buddy Hield is a much better shooter than Josh Hart. Pro. The most obvious benefit of doing a signing trade of Josh Hart for Buddy Hield is that Hield is a far superior shooter and scorer in general. Hield shot over 39% from three-point range and a whopping 2.2 attempts per game last season. That's amazing. Accuracy and volume that rank him among the league's best shooters. Hart took a step backwards last season, shooting just 32% on 4 attempts per game, worst of his career. If you want to look at the type of players to add around Williamson, then a guy who can spread the floor like Hield is pretty much the guy. The Pelicans should have already improved three-point shooting with the additions of Jonas Valanciunas and Trey Murphy III, who shot the lights out in the first summer league game. But adding another weapon like Hield could give the Pelicans the best offense in the league. I would love it. Defenses would pay dearly for double and triple teaming of Zion, as they did all last season. It would now have multiple weapons on the perimeter. From an offensive standpoint, this would be a massive win for the Pelicans, but there are cons as well. Of course, the Pelicans losing Hart will make the Pels even worse defensively. Con, Josh Hart was probably the Pelicans' best defender last season, which is not saying much, as they were pretty much terrible as a team and didn't really have any great individual defenders. Losing Hart could take a toll on the defense, but considering how bad they've been for the last 2 seasons, would anyone really notice? Now, Hield is not good defensively. That's true, but it's not like the Pelicans were lights out with Hart or he was an elite defender, because he wasn't. He's an elite rebounder, which does help the Pelicans close out defensive possessions. So in that regard, losing him will hurt the Pels. But with Trey Murphy III, Najee Marshall, and Herbert Jones now coming on for the Pelicans bench, the loss of Hart might not even be felt, and the Pels could actually be better on defense. Now, Margie looked fantastic in the first summer league game and is probably ready to take over the role of hustle defense rebounder off the bench for the Pelicans. While Hart may be a better defender individually, he's not so good that, he's not so good that he would offset his limitations on offense, nor what Buddy Hield would ultimately bring to that end. I'm not really sure this one really is a con, to be honest. And then finally, the contract. Buddy Hield's costs a lot more than Josh Hart. So we've established Buddy Hield as a superior offensive player by far, and that loss of Hart's defense probably wouldn't hurt that much. The only real con I see acquiring Buddy Hield is the contract. Hield is owed not 200, but 22.4 mil next season. Then it's 20.5 the season after that, and then 18.5 in 2023-24. This is hefty price tag to pay to pay for a guy who's ultimately a three-point specialist, but given what some of these guys are getting in free agency, it's not that crazy. The price actually goes down each year, which is good. And let's face it, $20 million is pretty much a minimum wage for an NBA player who can shoot threes these days.
He said that's minimum wage.
Minimum wage. He got a point, though. The Pels have a huge trade exception that would absorb most of Hield's deals, so this season wouldn't look too bad, but it could become problematic when they're trying to re-sign Zion to what likely will be an astronomical rookie extension next offseason. I think it's worth a shot, as Hield would give the Pelicans a very deep team with a lot of lineup options that would always allow Zion to be surrounded, NBI to be surrounded by shooters. If David Griffin can work this deal, he should get on the phone and get it done as soon as possible, in my opinion. So adding shooters, and this was always the talk that we talked about when Stan Van Gundy was here originally, when they hired him on getting shooters. It was a comment that the Octopus Doc Ock made after the season was over with, that we have to get shooters. Now he has an opportunity to land a guy like Buddy Hield, although to a degree, DC, this trade kind of chilled out. It kind of died. I don't know if it's still in the works, but this happened some time ago during the draft, and nothing since then. So, there are rumors circulating the Pelicans are looking at marketing, Hield and some other interests. So, what's your take on this?
Well, they got something going on, man. a brother put it out on Twitter. I was reading Twitter, and it turned out that I think is it the Zadaraski deal? I think or something we did with the Bulls.
Sound right.
Somebody alluded to it in the chat. There's 17 days before we can trade. I think T-Stock. That's what I'm calling him. T-Ski. Before we could trade T-Ski. You know what I'm saying? It's 17 days before we can make it official. So we might have something going on where we're sending him and Josh Hart over there. And I know if you send, I believe, Winnie Gabriel as well, which would be kind of weird because you would have Buddy Hield coming back to New Orleans, and then you would have Winnie Gabriel going back to Sacramento because didn't they draft him? That would be kind of crazy. But at the end of that 17 days, originally it started at 19 days or whatever, Jaleel, I see you. You'll be able to make it official. So there could be something in the works right now. Maybe they have a proposed deal. They're just waiting to announce it. Maybe it's on the table and they said they're going to do it. If they can't find a better one, maybe those two teams have an agreement. But at this point, what Sacramento did in the draft, they drafted another guard. They got Halliburton over there. They got De'Aaron Fox. Buddy Hield has been long rumored to he wants to be out of there. They want him gone. Since Luke Walton came, it really ain't been working out for him. You know, his numbers have just declined. So maybe this is something we see, man. I wouldn't be opposed to it. Wouldn't necessarily be I guess mad if we kept Josh Hart too and found a way to incorporate him as well because that saved us a lot of money. But I don't think you can go wrong with putting a guy like Buddy Hield on this team with what we already have, creating as much space as possible. Then that will give you a possible lineup where you could have him and Devonte Graham if you wanted some games, or you could have another lineup where either one of them comes off the bench. That way, if you're gonna, I guess, stagger Bi and Zion sometimes, no matter what you do and what the lineup is, you'll have a pretty much elite knockdown shooter out there. And that can't do anything but help your offense, in my opinion. I don't see any way it can make you worse, even though he might not be the greatest defender. Can't do anything but help, man. When you're up by 10, 15, 16 points, you just need to play average or good defense anyway. You don't need to be elite at that point.
Yeah, we have like I said, man, these young players like Herb Jones and the effort, the energy, their skill sets, and then of course, I love how you look at Coach Willie Green, and Coach Willie Green is talking to these guys. He's motivating these guys. He's personable, and and listen, let's give. I got to give Willie Green a lot of love and respect for going and coaching these guys. Usually they don't do that. Usually they'll send an assistant, the top assistant, to go and coach them guys. Last year, what was it, Freddie V in the summer league? So I mean, but he
The year
said,
before last, they ain't had one last year.
right. So the thing is, he comes and say, I think I'm gonna do that. That's pretty big of him to do. He wanted to get his hands in the sand. He wanted to get in there and make things happen. And I'm really proud of how Willie Green did that. So, if people, we need to see something. If we the flock needs to see some improvement here. Last year was a complete ridiculousness, a whole bunch of ridiculousness from Doc Octopus. So this year around, man, it's good to see that we actually stepping this thing up. Let's get to the next article, DC. Pelicans line up 3 players who can break it to the 2021-22 starting 5. This one's also by Kellen Strauss. I don't usually have 2 by him, but he had a pretty decent article this time around as well. All right, New Orleans Pelicans traded away 3 of their 5 starters from last season, so we're going to be seeing some new faces in the starting lineup. Lonzo Ball, Bledsoe, and Adams are all gone. And DC, when you think about it, man, and you go over, you say to yourself, man, good grief, that's absolutely true. We've gotten rid of Steven Adams, Eric Bledsoe, which I'm happy about, and of course, Lonzo Ball is gone. 3 starters are missing, and they got that production has to come from somewhere, and these are some of the options who, as Kellen Strauss is thinking, can fill in. So with Ball, Bledsoe, and Adams all gone, Valanciunas and Graham as their likely replacements so far. If I had to guess at the Pelicans starting lineup right now, it would probably look like this. And of course, y'all tell me if y'all agree upon this starting 5. If you look at it, that's a pretty excellent starting 5. I just want to know what the bench looks like. That's the big part about it is we need the guys off the bench that's going to help maintain leads, or if we behind, get the damn lead back. get the lead or, maintain the lead or fight from behind to do whatever they need to do to keep the energy up. Now, Devonte Graham, he has a point guard, shooting guard, is in a W. Of course, BI is there at the 3, 4 is Zion Valanciunas at the 5. That's pretty respectable starting 5. These are probably the best 5 players, so it makes the most sense, though there could be additions to the roster that might change that. This starting 5 is certainly not etched in stone, and new head coach Willie Green is going to have a lot of options as the season progresses. Here are 3 guys who you might see break into the starting 5 this upcoming season. KLJ looks ready for an expanded role. DC, we covered this early on. Written about some of the options the Pelicans have at the starting point guard, and KLJ is certainly one of them. He is a guy the Pelicans took with the first round draft pick. They want to probably see what it is. They are very high on him. And of course, remember, that's really the Langdon and Doc Ock pick as well, because Stan Van Gundy have a damn thing to do with it. He alluded and said that. I like his on the ball defense and ability to push the pace, but there are some questions about how he fits off the ball with Zion and BI doing a lot of the ball handling. KLJ might be better suited for running a bench unit where he can handle the ball a little bit more and do what he's good at, which is breaking defenders down off the dribble and in the pick and roll and using his speed to push in transition. The X factor would be his three-point shooting. If he can improve from long range, a pick and roll with KLJ and Zion could be very effective, and Kyra could eventually earn that started role, but I don't think he's there just yet. Trey Murphy III, TM3 as DC calls him in the starting lineup. I don't want to overreact to the 2 summer league games, but it looks like Pelicans may have done well in the draft to get Trey Murphy III with the 17th pick. Murphy the third looks like an NBA player already, has great size, length, and can knock down shots. He also looks like he's going to be a plus defender who will give an effort on that end, which is exactly what the Pelicans need. Call me crazy, but this is a Pelican starting lineup I want to see. So you want to see an AW at the point guard position, Trey Murphy at the 3. You talking about there's some length there and shooting. NAW at 1, Trey Murphy the third at the 2.
That's crazy, dude.
Isn't that awesome? And then BI Williamson and Valanciunas. Now 3M3 can cover some of Ingram's deficiencies on defense while putting up another shooter around Zion Williamson. I'm sure we'll see some of this group together at some point. I would love to see that as well, to see them put them on the floor. We'll see. I really love the fact that they could create mismatches all over the place offensively and be very switchable on defense. But there is one more guy I think has a chance to play the role. And, of course, Najee Marshall has stepped up. On paper, Najee Marshall doesn't look like a fit in the starting lineup, as he is a forward, and the team already has 2 pretty good ones in the starting 5, Zion and BI. But today's NBA is more or less positionless. So if the Pelicans want to go big and bring in a guy who can defend the wing around Zion and Ingram, then Marshall could be an interesting option. Then this lineup switch with Graham or NAW with Najee at the 2, 3, Ingram, Zion, Valanciunas. If it doesn't really matter what you call them, but the starting 5 has some interesting possibilities. Marshall would be a 3-and-D guy who takes on tough defensive assignments and makes a few 3-point shots. Marshall is a versatile player who can fit into a lot of lineups, so we may see some less traditional rotations with Willie Green. And the Pelicans have a lot of options than what they had last season when the starting 5 got really stale and had no chemistry. Let's hope Willie can find the right combination of guys to turn things around. So very interesting lineups that Kellen Strauss presents to us. Quite an imagination. Let's dig into that, DC.
I mean, we can dig into it all day with these lineups. But what I really see with this team, I think we're going to be extremely versatile, and I don't think it's going to matter what the starting lineup is. It's going to be more important to see what the ending lineup is. What are we closing the game out with? I think that's going to be very important, and it's going to kind of coincide with how these guys are playing together and how do they all mesh. I really see us having some form of what people like to call the death lineup with Golden State. I see them doing it right now in the Summer League. They're closing out Summer League games. They putting Herb out there. They putting Dede out there with Najee. You got Kyra, and Trey. That ain't traditional lineup, more a little bit of small ball, but Herb can play center, and he's doing it well. So what are we going to see at the end of games with these guys is the most important thing. But if I had to pick a lineup right now to go with, I mean, I'm going to follow the money and the potential, man, and that's going to put Devonte Graham and NAW back there to me. I think it makes the most sense. NAW has already proven that he can play alongside of Zion and BI and still get him without interrupting what they do. And Devonte Graham's his game and what he does and where he likes to shoot from is pretty much almost tailor made for him to catch and shoot and get some easy shots off of BI and Zion. So that makes the most sense. When we play certain teams and we've got certain matchups, I think we'll be smart as a team and switch up our lineups and use all this versatility, this newfound versatility we have. And we have a coach now that actually seems like he's gonna make adjustments. You know what I'm saying? Like you watch the summer league games and you see the Pels, they look all sluggish and it's a little boring. You look for some bright spots, some stuff to see, and then they come out of halftime and it's boom. You know what I'm saying? So it's obviously they're trying to install some systems and they're actually making adjustments right now in the summer league and doing, I guess, a dry test run of what they would really do in the season, so to speak, which is why Willie Green is probably the coach. He talked about creating great, I think chemistry was the word he used, or symmetry or something like that. So I think the lineups are going to be very creative and we're actually going to put the people out there that's giving you the best results, man. Unlike trying to just play guys because they vets. So we ain't going to have to deal with the Stan Van Gundyism this year. And whoever's supposed to be out there going to wind up out there. So if Trey is really that 26-point guy we saw in the summer league, hey, maybe he will be starting.
Yeah, I'm liking it. So we just got to keep it going. Coming into this thing, man. Appreciate all the family members chiming in on this. Up, Big Pab. Big ups to Big Pab. And the rest of the family members chiming up in this thing. Please feel free to hit upon the like button, family. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed, and feel free to share the show's link on your social media feed with other Pelican family members as the flock continues to grow. So with that being said, fam, let's get into our final article right here. We're talking about the Pelicans announced the 2021 preseason schedule. And this is straight from the Pelicans website. New Orleans Pelicans today announced the team's 2021 preseason schedule. The Pelicans will open the preseason play with a road contest against the Minnesota Timberwolves on Monday, October the 4th. The team then returns home to face the Orlando Magic at the Smoothie King Center on Wednesday, October the 6th. New Orleans will conclude preseason play with road games at Chicago and Utah on October the 8th and 11th, respectively. So broadcast information for the Pelicans preseason games will be announced at a later date. But as you can see, this is the preseason schedule: 4 games, 4 contests, starting off October the 4th with the Wolves and then at home against Orlando, and then going to Chicago and Utah. So 1 home contest, 3 road trips up there, Minnesota, Chi-Town, Utah, all in October. October the 4th, 6th, 8th, and 11th. So, this the preseason schedule getting underway as well. All right, so that's big ups to you. Thank you, B. McCray.
Thank you, brother.
Forward to the Pelican post game report. Much love and salute to B. McCray 10. Much love to you, B. Mac. Appreciate you, B. Mac. All right, big ups to the rest of the family members. Chester says KLJ, Marshall, Murphy, Jones, Hayes off the bench is not bad. He talking bench unit, man. That's
an exciting bench right there, man.
That's pretty damn good.
That looked like a Cavaliers, in starting 5 for the Cavs. You know what I'm saying? I think they could do some damage though, man. And Q with that unit, Q, hold up. With that unit, you would have a unit full of guys that can all shoot 3-pointers, Q. Both of your big men shoot 3s. There you go, bro. You ought to be ecstatic about that.
I love that Herb Jones going at that 4 position, his defense, and how Najee Marshall gets down. Trey Murphy scrapping his shooting, KLJ, and then of course Jackson Hayes, and his elevated play. I actually love the hell out of that because that's a bunch of young guys that's playing with chips on their shoulders that's looking to make a name. So I love that. I love that bench. I like it a lot. So yeah. So you're right, Jaleel. Big Q, build a bench, Dr. Octopus. That quote, end quote. Quote, build the bench, Dr. Octopus.
There you go.
Doc Ock, that's right, end quote. Thank you, brother.
So it's pretty much Wenyen Gabriel is pretty much the odd man out at this point, right?
Well,
will he have a spot?
He ain't guaranteed, DC. You can have him. He can still be on the squad some capacity. I don't know, bro, about that because I still think the Pelicans could very well Are they more intrigued by William Gabriel of one of these G League guys? I mean, the summer league guys that could possibly kind of make a move there to challenge William Gabriel. I mean, what
I
about that?
think,
What about AP? AP, the big center that they have,
man, he
passing
trash,
the ball and doing some
trash.
stuff. He trash.
AP and 34 trash, garbage. Ball them up, throw them away, take their
34.
contracts, find
Ham,
somebody else.
what's his name? Hammond or something
Well,
like
you
that?
know what? AP, he not complete trash. He does some stuff, but I'm just not crazy about him. Q. I don't like it. When I see Herb out there, bro, playing in his spot, the Pelicans they borderline scary for a summer league team. You know what I'm saying? It almost look a little unfair. But I mean, we do have two guys that aren't rookies. Well, three, because Didi technically isn't a rookie either. So I guess you kind of expect that. But yeah, Tony Allen. Yeah, I
How
agree.
about
Mike
that?
Garcia. He might push William Gabriel out of here. That's how high I am on Herb. And every time we have a game and they talk in the press conference, Willie Green makes sure he talk about him. He's talking about how he's everywhere on defense. He's one of those guys that does all the little things, man. He's just in all the right spots. He's making it tough for him, dude. When they put him out there with them starters, man, it's like them boys can't even score, bro. Najee is an excellent defender as well as him. Uh, Kyra has always been a decent defender. He didn't step this game up defensively to me. Trey is an excellent defender. Man, we got some guys, bro. We got some guys. So I love to see it, bro. I love to see him push when you Gabriel up out of that lineup. Like you said, he can still be on the team for reserve depth. But man, I just don't think he's gonna be a better player than Herb Jones. To be honest with you, Q.
Yeah, Herb Jones is something else, man. I mean, he's a real deal, man. He takes pride in playing defense. He's been working on that 3-point shot too. He's physical. And I hear what you're saying, brother Jalil. Brother Jalil's like he looking for somebody with some somebody who Vanderbilt. I hear
Hey,
you with
hey,
Vanderbilt. I hear you.
KP, that's your boy who got the other 2-way contract. He's so garbage. I ain't even want to know his name, Jalil. I at least looked up AP names trying to figure out who he was. When I saw 34, Willie Green said, look, we need to stop with the one dribble, he said one pass shots, guys. We need to stop with that. They said that like right after Willie Green said that, what 34 go out there? He go out there, they pass
And
him the ball, he shoot it. I
damn
said,
the
man,
hell with you.
sit this damn
And,
idiot down, man.
and still got signed. There you go. Take that.
Then he missed too.
Yeah, it's this is gonna be fun. So I mean, it ain't all perfect, but listen, the more that I'm seeing a lot of these young guys like Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Najee Marshall, getting the mix, I'm getting more excited about it. But we're gonna see. Could they? It's still rumored mill that they're looking to make another big free agent trade splash. Is Buddy Hield marketing are the top rumors that's circulating. Time will tell as we get closer and closer to the start of the season. Of course, like I just said, the preseason schedule kicks off October the 4th on a Monday as they travel up to the Target Center to take on the Timberwolves, 7 p.m. Central Time tip off. Then October the 6th, Wednesday, come home for one home game in the preseason against the Magic in the Smoothie King Center, also at 7 p.m. Central Times. And then a couple days later, on the 8th of October, Friday, they go up to Chicago, the United Center, to take on Zoe Ball and the rest of them guys if they're playing. 7 o'clock tip-off time there, Central Time. And, of course, the final preseason game on the 11th, Monday at Utah, 8 p.m. tip-off time. So it's going to be exciting, man, to watch the Pelicans get back. And we ain't got long to wait, fam. It's not long. We ain't got that far to wait, man. Another, what is it, month and a half or so, and we'll be right up on the preseason. We got the summer league stuff going on, and, of course, we still got a few more maybe a move or so left with Doc Octopus, see what he got doing. All right, so Hums trash is what says Jalil as well. All right, Cap Man, it says, would y'all give up KLJ for Brogdon straight up?
Ooh, that's a tough one, man. But
Brogdon's ready though,
man, okay, Cap Manny, I got a question.
Thank you, Big Pab. Love this
Thanks,
team,
Big
love this
Pal.
fam. Thank you,
Right.
Big Pab. Much love, fam.
My
Thank you, Big
question
Pab.
would be, if we give up Kyra for Brogdon, does Brogdon sign with us for 4 years right after we get him? Are we signing him? Are we trading on potential? And then he got to sign for us for 4 years at At least that 18, 19 million, $20 million range. Then I say do it. If not, hell no.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one thing. If they do make a move like that, that goes to show you they're going all on in because Brogdon is a dude.
You ready right now?
He ready right now. So I mean, that would
But I
be
wouldn't want
interesting.
to give up Kyra on hoping he stay after his contract up because he only got 2 years on his
Mm-hmm.
contract. Kyra, you got what? Well, we got 3 years because he was first rounder. He got that player option that 5th year. We got 3 more years at Kyra at way cheaper than Brogdon. And we don't know what Kyra gonna be. I mean, when it's all said and done, who knows? Kyra could be better than Brogdon. He's only 19. Like, dude was playing last year at 18 years old.
Yeah,
Or did he just turn 18?
I
Because
mean,
he,
he
he was
young, bro.
drafted. He was 17 when he was drafted.
He's very young, and it's the ceiling's very high on
Extremely
KLJ.
high.
So I mean, he's as fast as it can be. He shoot. I mean, he has certain aspects of his game when he starts to figure out and that vision, everything slows down for him. And you can see it in summer league
It's
play,
happening
knocking the
right now.
3-point shots before our very eyes. So he stepped up,
It's
and one of the
happening, bro.
biggest things that KLJ wanted to do was work on his strength, because that was a big knock in the scouting reports that he was undersized and he gets bullied by the guards or whatnot. And we've seen a little bit of that. Some of the guys but he worked on it, got his strength up, and having that strength and that speed, that confidence, you can see he almost looks like a total different player. When that confidence comes in, you're like, I can play this game. I'm a first round draft pick. I can play this game. And then, of course, you got a guy like Willie Green that's really good at teaching them and being patient with those guys, and they're willing to listen to him because his breath don't stink, and he yelling at them, fussing at them and all this kind of stuff. This will be a very positive thing. Elliot says, so with all the moves this summer, do y'all think we're playoff bound this year? DC, I'm gonna let you go first and I'll follow up.
Yes, yes, and yes. I was on the fence until I wanted to see our rookie play. I wanted to see what Herb looked like. I wanted to see if Kyra, looked like he grew his game. Same for Najee. I wanted to see what our young guys look like. And after watching the summer league, yes, I know it's the summer league. Yes, I know the competition isn't the best it could possibly be. But there's still a lot you can gauge from watching guys and just a live simulation of basketball atmosphere. And I think those guys have improved enough for us to definitely be a playoff spot, man. It would be a huge disappointment if we wasn't a play. We didn't have a playoff spot. I'm not just saying a play-in. I think we can be a team. Yep, about 6 or 7 seed. We can
I
be a
agree with
team
that.
that locks up a
I agree with
playoff
that.
spot, not a play-in spot to play for the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So I think with everything we have right now, you know what I'm saying, we set. Even if we have an injury to someone, I still think this team is good enough
They're
to keep them
versatile.
afloat
Mm-hmm.
until that player comes back. Zion could go down for some games, and we would still be a good team. Vice versa with Brandon Ingram, he could go down for some games, and we would still be a damn good team. So, the more I look at it and the more I think about it, I definitely see us as being a lot for the playoffs. When we first made all these moves, you heard us here. We was saying that we liked the moves, but we didn't think it was enough. The more I'm watching our young guys, man, I would love for us to get a guy like Buddy Hield and all of that. Or if we go get a Joe Ingles, if that's possible, bring back a Josh Hart. Just having that a Paul Millsap. What's other guys we was talking about? It'd be nice to have one of those guys, but if we don't add anybody else, we still a pretty damn good team.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that front, DC. I think what we have. I think you get Buddy in here. I think that'll kind of put us over the top, definitely to get there, man. And really last year, like I said, family, we should have gotten the playoffs last year. We squandered all those leads. It's just it's like they quit on them. I don't see that happening, Willie Green. It's a total different style of coach, and they learn
And
their
they,
lessons.
they, they like that guy, bro.
How could you
They like Willie
Willie
Green.
Green? If you sit and listen to Willie Green's interview, Willie Green is one of them dudes. He's a humble dude. He's a former player. He's what you would call a player's coach, but he's also a good balanced coach who gets the principles fundamental. He was the one keep pushing that if I could show you that I love you, then you would listen to me because I'll be trying to coach you from a position of love, as opposed to me just being a guy fussing at you. I'm actually trying to help you get to that point. And that was his main sticking point. And they're responding to that. How would you not respond to that after what they went through with Van Gundy? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, this is a positive. And like I said, we had the talent last year to make it to the playoffs if Van Gundy wouldn't have tightened the screws and it just been what he was. If he, I mean, I guess you can't fight your nature, but at the end of the day, I just like them changing it up. The whole energy is different. You can see these guys coming in. Everything's different. We should have got it last year, and I hopefully they sold this year based on what I'm seeing. It does look positive that we should be in the playoffs. And if they land another big player or a player like they looking at Market and they looking at Hill, if that happens, then that puts us over because the emphasis is on the shooting end. So, I agree. I think we should have been in there last year. And my opinion is we have it this year to get in there. Just put the guys around Zion and BI and make it work. And the coach to teach them the proper system, build the bench like we said. And they got young, scrappy guys who can shoot the ball, who can handle the ball, who can play defense, and that want to be here. That's a major plus, man. So I'm really proud of how they building. Not like I said, and Mike says that Q, you got to give Doc Ock some credit. Doc Ock got the credit, man, but give yourself some credit. So while you patting Doc Ock on his goddamn back, make sure you pat yourself on your back too, because it was your pressure, it was your energy, it was your words, and in your everything that you brought as a Pelican family member that kept the pressure on these guys to make sure they turn this stuff around. So while you're patting Doc Ock on his back, turn around and pat yourself on your own goddamn back, because if it wasn't for your pressure, this wouldn't have changed as fast as it did. So I mean, we called them out, but you guys were with us while we called them out as well. So slap yourself on the goddamn back if you can reach your back.
Come on, Fly.
If you can't, yeah, slap yourself on the back.
There you go.
Because Doc Ock, he don't need nobody slapping him on his back. He got 4 fucking arms. He don't need nobody patting him on his back. But anyway, with that being said, man, much love to the family, man. What's up, Stephanie? Who that to you, Stephanie? Good to see
All
Stephanie
right.
in the building. Stephanie Wilson said, I think we're going to make the playoffs. Thank you, Stephanie, baby.
That's
Big
right,
love to you.
Steph.
Appreciate you. All right, much love to the Queens. Mount Dog on the beat says, let's just go all squad, young squad, get the growing pains over with. No more JJ Reddit. I mean, Reddit, fruit and slip. Before he didn't slip. I got you, bro. I got you on that. All right. So, yeah, it's awesome, man. And Solo says the media hate that we're winning in Summer League. They can't talk about how bad in the ball
know, right?
letting Lonzo go. Yeah, it's all about how we, it's real strange. We can't get it right, man.
Man, I watched the Bulls game, bro. They kept. I'm watching Najee and Trey cooking them. They keep talking about Patrick Williams. I'm like, man, what damn game they watching? You know what I'm saying? I'm watching the other game. The Pelicans playing amazing, and they keep talking about, well, they made a huge mistake letting Lonzo Ball go. This all they keep talking about. Every damn time out, they make sure to mention that. I don't see why they break up a young core and all of that. Now, you know how we feel about Lonzo Ball. People want him to stay here. But everybody keep talking about us letting him go. Did it ever dawn on him that the man ain't want to be here no more? Nobody don't never say that. I mean, when you listen to all his fans and the people who really follow Lonzo Ball and look at everything he does, they always saying he ain't want to be here. When he was on the team, I ain't want to believe him. But maybe they was right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we know? Maybe the guy is exactly where he wanted to be, and they keep acting like we let him go. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. But hopefully we win the whole Summer League championship. I want to see what they're gonna say then.
Oh, they still talk about him. They were like, oh, well, they could have won it faster if it wasn't the headline. I mean, but that's the thing we're saying now. It's in the past now. Lonzo's gone, man. He gone to the Bulls. He's no longer our care right now. He's not, as Pelican people, we're only looking at Lonzo Ball now, when we have to play the Chicago Bulls. That's it. Anything else, man, it doesn't matter anymore. We got to focus on who's in front of us.
Look a Solo comment on Lonzo, bro.
Gola says, you would think Lonzo averaged 30 points per game and was first team all defense LAT year. Yeah,
that's how they be talking, bro. Like we let go of all stuff. I mean, I think Lonzo does have all star potential, but he's not there yet.
Yeah, he's gone, fam. So it is what it is, man. And we got our guys who want to be here. We got Graham. We got to focus on guys like NAW, KLJ, and the rest of these talented young players that we have and moving forward. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. We just have to keep paying attention. And like I said, pat yourself, all the entire flock, pat yourself on the back for your pressure on these people to make sure they get it right, to make them understand. Because listen, they hearing and they listen. I've been telling y'all that. And like the family members say, Q, ain't nobody out here be as vocal or hard on Griffin as you are. And it's a reason being I wouldn't be as hard on Griffin, Dr. Octopus, if Griffin was handling business. But you don't think with the flock yelling and saying what they're saying that they're not listening? You better believe they're listening. They're not gonna sit in their they gotta know what the street is saying. What's the word on the street? Where you think they're gonna get that from? You know, they got to go to the people who buying the tickets, that's buying the merch, that's supporting the team. That's you, that's me. They got to get what you're saying and find out what you're saying. And a lot of it, how is it that everything we sit up here saying and that you're saying, they're actually doing it right after it, almost verbatim sometimes. If what you're doing, you think that's just some weird coincidence? Nothing. No, none of that. Them people listening their ass off, man. I've been saying that. They are quite aware. And a lot of these media types wish they can be as brazen as the Pelican faithful are, because they want to keep their damn press badges. The hell with your press badge. Tell the truth, and the people will stand with you, man. Like they stand with us, like they stand with the rest of the family members out there. So it is what it is, man. So with that being said, fam, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for being in the stream, for being here. We're very encouraged about what we're seeing in the Pelicans in the summer league. Unless they got a few more moves to make, the season is fastly coming. October is about DC, about a month and a half from now. So we got,
I think it's about 2
about a
months.
month. Yeah, about,
Because you got, unless you won't count the preseason, it's a month.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The preseason, it starts in October the 4th. So yeah. I mean, man, it's coming. We got the summer league stuff going.
We're gonna be riding that Saints high right into the Pels preseason. Huh?
That's right, baby, and that's when the best time of the year. You got the Saints, the Pelicans, everybody winning, everybody's grinning, winning and grinning. That's what it's gonna be all about the whole damn time. All right, so with that being said, we're gonna chop out on that, fam. Please feel free to hit the like button, family. If you didn't hit the like button, help us out. Hit the like button as well. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And join the flock, man. The flock keeping it real deal, Holyfield in this piece. All right, DC, I'm gonna leave the last word with you, my friend, as we dip out.
Yo, you want me to close the show in a Stan Van Gundy voice? I heard somebody say that. I'm gonna get to it.
Why?
I don't know. I guess he won't build
Willie
the wall
Green?
to get him the flock out of here.
You got Willie. Well, he built the wall around himself.
Yeah, I ain't called Willie yet, bro. I'm sure we're gonna be able to imitate him. He's gonna have a classical interview or something, and we're gonna pick up some of his mannerisms. I ain't good at Willie yet, bro. I can't imitate Willie. But man, I'm super excited about the Pels. Didn't anticipate on seeing what I've been seeing. I knew we were gonna do good in the summer league, but I didn't think they were gonna look the way they looked. Like just the jumps or leaps that these players seem to have the potential to take, and the players that we already have taken. You know what I'm saying? So with no further ado, let me go ahead and get up out this piece. And I just want to leave y'all with something from my man, Stan Van Gundy, because it's probably the last time you're going to hear from him. All right, DC, that's enough. Listen, guys, I'm here. I saw what you did in the summer league, and now you're building the fucking wall. I've been trying to tell you to do that, and I like it, but I'm mad, but I can't be too mad because you're still paying me, you flockers. So I'll tell you like this. You better not let anybody say anything about those Pelicans, and if they do, you can tell them to get the flock out of here. Build a goddamn wall and go flock yourself.
Oh, it's horrible. Oh, I can't stand it, bro. I can't stand it.
All right, fam. No more, bro.
Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. All right, fam. Much love to y'all, man. Y'all have a fantastic rest of y'all week, and we'll be back. We'll be back later. Family, hit the notification bell for future show updates, and we out. Go Pels.
Peace.
The Pelicans post-game report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.